Hi, I'm Sug.
And I'm Dan.
This is the Demystified Zone.
Halloween edition.
Hey listeners, today's episode has sensitive information that may not be appropriate for all audiences. We're talking about spooky and scary stuff today, but please know that we understand that North Korea is already full of real-life horrors that are heartbreaking. Thanks again for listening and enjoy the show. Happy Halloween, Dan.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Jay.
Happy Halloween.
It's not actually Halloween today.
No.
We won't disclose our secret location again and what
We have
day
Halloween
it is.
candy, though.
We do. I had a nice... What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Snickers.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Snickers
Are you a
guy.
chocolate guy or a candy guy?
Chocolate.
I will say I'm a candy guy, though.
Really?
I'm Sour Patch Kids. SPK all the way. Jay?
Candy. Sour
Really?
candy.
Sour Patch Kids? What are you doing? What are you rocking?
I like the Haribo gummies.
Yes.
The sour gummies.
No, actually, I don't like the only Haribo. I like the strips. You ever had the
Oh,
ribbons?
yeah, those are good.
Ah, the ribbons. They're terrible for you, but it's just it's my thing.
When I was really into cycling, one of the joys of cycling is you need to put like sugar into your body as much as possible.
Really?
So you can just go to a store and drink a whole huge can of Coke and not feel bad about it.
While you're cycling?
Like as a break in the middle, yeah.
Doesn't that give you like other problems?
Eventually. That's
Like
that's a
while
side
you're
effect.
riding?
Yeah, that nausea is a big problem. Yeah,
Ugh.
on those huge long rides.
You
Yeah.
just like dump some Pop Rocks in your mouth
I mean,
and chug a Diet Coke bottle?
not diet, a full
Oh,
Coke bottle.
Oh, full
Yeah.
sugar?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Well, Halloween is upon us. We love Halloween here. Well, I don't know. Do I speak for both of you guys?
I really love
Halloween.
our Halloween episode.
Yes.
So now episodes.
I already went to a haunted house.
What?
I haven't, but that's actually very odd for me. I haven't been to one in many years, but it's because my partner doesn't appreciate them as much as I do. And here's the rub, and she's gonna be upset that I said this, but it's okay. We're on the air. We're safe, right? She said yes to a friend, not even to my. I wouldn't even ask because I know what the answer is gonna be. But a friend asked her, "Hey, we should go to this haunted house," and she said
Really?
yes without even hesitating.
What?
And then I was like, what? But you know what? I've learned to just roll with it and be
All
like,
right.
hey, you know what? This is a special treat for me. I get to go now. I get to go.
I don't think I've ever been in a haunted house.
Never?
I've never ever. Yeah.
It's great. I don't even get scared by that. I just enjoy it. It's just like the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
What is it with?
Well,
you?
I get the jump
What's
scares.
your problem?
What do you mean what's my problem? It's just, it's like anything else. You get the
Yeah.
thrill. But yes, the thrill of it is great for me. And
Okay.
I often am lead person in these group trains to the haunted house because I am a little more unfazed. I get scared. Anyone who says they don't get scared by a jump scare is lying.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Human nature. I mean, either unless there's something wrong, with your brain, literally, you're gonna get scared.
Yeah.
And I actually like those.
Oh, I just tried to jump scare.
No, see, it's not gonna work on me. It takes a lot to get me. Even when you
Wait,
get
okay.
me inside, I'm screaming, but my face is like this.
So wait, hold on. So when you get jump scared, like you're like, huh, and then do you like crack up?
No,
Or-
I don't even scream. I'm just like, and then I go, "That was good."
Wow, you're one of those.
I've screamed in my head as loud as you can. I'm like, "Ha!" in my head.
How do you internalize that?
It's years of two older brothers tormenting you as a child and realizing that their satisfaction comes from your reaction.
Yes.
So training your body to not react.
There you go.
That is the key.
That's true.
We
are teaching Andy, hey, you can't react. You can
Oh,
feel
yes.
whatever you're gonna feel, but don't react. You're giving them what they want.
I'm like, this is maybe one of my special gifts in life. I love getting scared, and I
is
react well, and
hilarious.
it's not because I'm like brave. It's literally because I've learned how to hide it really well.
Okay, story about your older brother.
Okay, this is. Oh, are you want me asking me,
No,
or
no,
you gonna tell me?
No,
one?
I'm gonna tell you one.
Okay.
My personal experience.
Okay, we're not gonna identify which one. There's many older brothers in
Your
my family.
oldest brother.
No, don't identify.
All right, fine.
Don't identify it.
All right, fine. I'll cut that out. No, I won't. Okay, so we're driving to Purdue University for a football game. He went to Purdue. So now we really identified him.
You continue to get more specific after I said don't identify him.
We were driving through cornfields. It was the fall. And somehow the topic of the movie Children of the Corn came up, right? Children of the Corn. Classic horror film, which I saw as a kid. And we're just talking. This is a story of how easily scared I am, and your brother, how maniacal he is. We're just talking, and he just slowly makes a claw and like just rakes my chest, like, and he goes, "Rawr."
Wait, who was driving?
While he was driving, I was in the passenger seat, right? He just goes, while we're talking about Children of the Corn, he goes, "Rawr," and just slowly rakes me across the chest. I go berserk. I go, "Ah! Ah!" Oh yeah, sorry, Luna. I just go berserk. That's how little it takes for me to like jump scare.
We know this. we in this, and the listener know this already about you, Dan, from our last year's Halloween episode, and how poorly you reacted to your amazing ghost story.
Yeah, I know.
Listeners, if you want to know what I'm talking about, just go back to our library and listen to last year's Halloween episode, and you'll hear one of the best ghost stories and the worst reaction to a potential live ghost encounter you'll ever have here in your life.
That's true.
Proof of a ghost existing, and then running away from that proof.
Oh,
as a coward.
I as a coward for sure.
Well, now you understand what I grew up with.
Yes.
You see?
Now I do.
Imagine that, but you're a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And that happening for the next 5 years of your life.
So
until you grew immunity. That's how long it took. Many years.
How long? Yeah. How long? At what age were you like? Did you?
I don't know.
At
some point, they stopped trying. There was definitely diminishing returns.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I'm trying to understand when that was. I don't know. I feel like honestly, they just stopped trying because they were busy and they weren't interested anymore. It just like
no, but
not
you
that
didn't give. It was because of you, man. You're not giving yourself.
But then there was also
credit.
a time where they started realizing they're teaching me how to do it to them too, and I would do it back to them. But I would do it not worse, but like I would go great lengths. Like I'd be waiting all day in the closet, like 12 plus hours. One time I fell asleep in the closet because I forgot, like I was in there to scare them, and I just fell asleep, and so that was a failed attempt.
Wow.
Yeah, I would
You're
go.
You're a psycho.
You know what? This is what happens. Those out there with younger siblings, you'll know or know now. We're watching.
True.
The younger ones are watching always.
Yeah.
Always watching.
Yeah, I did some bad stuff to my little brother too. Yeah.
He's watching. Even now. The children of the corn are watching you, Dan. Well, today we got to talk a little bit about North Korea today, even though we love this holiday and we love talking about how Dan's a coward when it comes to ghosts.
Totally.
But before we get into it, though, I do have a question for both of you guys. All right, we're going to move on from, I don't know, it could be ghosts too, but we're going to talk about like superstitions, like evil superstitions, i.e., remember like Bloody Mary, the mirror game?
Yeah.
Or like, this is a weird one. I don't know if you did this. Did you hold your breath whenever you drove by the cemetery?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that one? Because otherwise some ghost is going to come haunt you.
Right.
Things like Friday the 13th, which just passed by. I went to the haunted house on Friday the 13th, which is pretty cool.
I see.
Mirrors breaking, black cats, etc. Of all these different things, just, off the top of your head, what's the thing that you remember subscribing to? That, like, maybe as a child, maybe as an adult. Who knows with you, Dan? What do you subscribe to here? And it's not just superstition like, bad luck. Like, you just have like a bad feeling, like evil is around if you don't do this right.
Okay, so this harkens back to my childhood, because if you remember, like, for example, the the classic music video Thriller,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so at the beginning of that music video, do you remember the disclaimer that they had to put in the 80s?
No, I don't remember that. I just remember
They
the
have to
video
put
being
they had to put something like, this video in no way endorses the occult. Remember in the 80s, everyone was afraid of the occult.
Yeah.
I don't even know how different that is from occult, but the occult.
The occult is like the church, capital C, I feel like, like the idea of Satanism's.
Oh.
I think.
Well, how
Look
come
that up, Jay. Let's find out what the occult is.
OCCULT.
I could be making that up. No, but I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so everyone in the 80s, they were just afraid of Satanism or something invading everything, and no greater battleground was there, especially in like the church circles, as there was in secular music, right?
Yeah.
And I heard seminars on, how just secular music was bad, and how satanic some music were, and there were like seminars about backwards.
Categorized as secular music, whereas literally like 99% of the music in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
They should just say music.
Yeah, non-Christian music, right? Yeah.
Just music.
So I heard seminars on like backwards masking.
Yeah. The whole Led Zeppelin play the album backwards.
Right? Or if you're right, yeah, exactly. The Beatles had a backwards masking thing. Anyway, so
was that your thing then?
I was freaked out, man.
Did you ever try listening to anything backwards?
I didn't have the technology.
What if you use your finger?
How do you wind a tape backwards and listen to it?
There was a way to do it.
Yeah, you hit play and rewind at the same time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jay knows. He knows.
Yeah.
Or you put your record player on backwards.
No, we didn't have those past record
Or
days.
you take your CD and you do this. You scratch the CD a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the occult, Jay? You got that?
Yeah, it's a broad category of esoteric supernatural beliefs and practices.
Okay, yeah. So it's like capital C church.
Yeah, okay. So it's like the satanic church, I guess.
All supernatural, not necessarily Satanism.
I see.
Supernatural.
Yeah, Wiccan, magic.
Yes. It's all sorts of
arcane.
things. Like Harry Potter.
That's where, right, that's where the fear of Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah,
came in.
100%.
Now, and look, I'm a Christian, I listen to secular music, but yeah, there was this fear, I think, that was baseless in the church those days about that. And that was my childhood, man. It was a battleground because I loved Thriller. You know what I'm saying?
But did you watch it?
I loved heavy metal
after people
time.
told you not to watch it.
You guys just heard me play Guns N' Roses before this on my guitar. I mean, I loved this stuff, and it was just like this constant battle with family members and things like that.
But did you believe it? That's the question here. What was the thing that you were superstitious of?
I was just like, Mom, if it's so bad, why does it feel so good?
But did you believe it? So you didn't believe it?
No, I was afraid of it for a time, and then when I got old enough, I was like, wait a minute. I'm not possessed when I listen to this. There's very little. So no, for a while I was afraid of it. Did I listen to it? No. Did I heed that sort of fear? Was I fearful of it? I'm sorry, what was the question?
Did you have a superstition that you followed?
Yeah,
did you wear your underwear backwards on certain days?
No, I didn't. I didn't do anything superstitious to ward off the demons because it was just, for a while it was banned in my house.
Did you say a specific prayer every night to like make sure you were safe? Cleanse the area?
No. Did you have anything like that?
Yeah, I would say obviously I was a very frightened kid because, again, go back to two older brothers who put the fear in me. So I believed in everything. Yeah. Anything that came out, I believed.
Okay.
What was my defense? a lot of like sleepless nights. I would stay awake all night until I fell asleep.
Yeah.
My other defense was, yes, I would pray, but I would kind of like pray generically, like save my life if something comes to haunt me and terrify me.
Yeah.
What else did I do? I used to sleep in, well, a lot of mine were strategic, less so like supernaturally. I don't know why I thought I could run away if I could react quick enough, I could like get away. So I slept in like, there was like a year, I think, when I was in junior high, I slept in the living room instead of my room. Not 100% because I was afraid. Part of it was just so I could wake up and watch cartoons in the morning because the TV was right there. But also part of it was because I would have these nightmares and I'd be like, if I'm in a big open room, I have room to run away. Versus when I had my nightmares in my room and I woke up and I was like in this tiny room, I just felt trapped. So I could like run. I could jump out a window if I was in the... That's just how my tiny terrified brain worked at the time. Jay, what about you? You got anything?
I got a couple, yeah. I've never said Bloody Mary in the mirror more than like the required amount.
This day?
Was it? Yeah.
To this day?
To this day.
Oh, we're gonna do it
like
now. We're gonna do it now.
No,
go to that mirror right over there.
I don't want to do that.
There's a bathroom right there, Jay. Just do it. We're here with you.
How many
Is it
times?
3? Is it 3?
Is it 3 times?
I don't know. Look it up, man. Look it
7?
up. Find it out. Everyone had their own version of doing it.
Yeah.
It was like, say it 3, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Oh, watch! I'm about to say it 3 times, Jay. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. And then it was like, turn around, and you'll see your face, or you'll see her behind you.
Yeah.
Three
and then you have
times.
to turn the light on or something like that, or else she'll kill you.
Okay.
Something like that. That's how I remember.
It's 3 times.
Jay, should we do it?
Well, actually, this
today?
wiki says 13 times.
13?
I am not saying it 13 times. There's no way.
Should we do 3?
No.
Should we break this wall today? In
whatever
the sphere?
whatever it was, I did 1 less to not
You would
not
still
activate.
do it, though?
Yeah, to not activate the spirit. Though.
Or were you like, when you don't double click fast enough, you would do it like 3 slow, staggered ones to make it feel like you didn't say it in the right succession or speed? Interesting.
Yeah, I was
2.
always afraid of that. I was still... I don't believe that would happen, but it's still scary to me to this day. I would never do that. And I don't believe that Bloody Mary would appear in any way, shape, or form. But I'm a little scared now.
Do your kids
Hold
do that?
me. I've
Do
never...
they talk about like stuff like that?
No.
Huh.
They've never talked about Bloody Mary to me.
I do feel like we grew up in a time though that was a little bit more.
It was just more around. I feel like
less supervised.
I guess
where our older siblings were
right.
telling us these crazy stories.
But you know
with
what?
no repercussions.
I think the internet can be a conduit to that type of information too. But I just feel like it's just not as around.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a kid. I don't
Yeah.
know. I know for my circle of like nieces and nephews,
Oh man,
I'll bring it up and they're like, no, don't
Really?
tell us a scary story. I was like, I heard like 30 scary stories before I was like 6 years old. And I watched The Exorcist when I was 6 as well.
Yeah.
The original
Wow.
one with my
That
dad.
Explains a lot.
With my dad.
Explains a
That
lot.
does a lot. And that
With your
traumatized me
dad.
a lot.
Yeah, I just feel like, maybe it's because kids are more sheltered. I truly believe that, and that's in many ways a good thing. It's not around as much. I feel like
Well,
it's not as scary these days as it used to be.
whatever it is, I'm going to give you a little help today, Dan. I'm going to give you a North Korean remedy for evil spirits.
Okay.
This may help you, and you'll like it because it involves eating things. I know how much you love food, I love food too.
You'll like it because you're fat.
No, that's not
That's
what
what I
said.
heard.
No.
That's what I heard.
Not at all. I just said you enjoy eating things.
All right.
You appreciate food. You're a foodie.
I am.
So in North Korea, obviously, again, already enough horrors in North Korea that they don't need ghost stories. They don't need these monster stories, which is why it's also obviously the fact that there's no information.
Mm-hmm.
But like any culture, there's always some kind of
Legend,
supernatural, mythical thing that might be there. So I found a couple articles here. that during the famine, during the Kim Jong-il era, the famine, obviously people were starving, conditions were terrible. There was a lot of tuberculosis and disease going around too.
Yeah.
Due to all those things. So people
TB is still a big problem.
Yeah, and I was exacerbated by the hunger.
Yes.
That, which would make sense. They just made this assumption of evil spirits were involved.
Yeah.
So we're not going to play this video just because the sound's not working, and it was working. I don't know if it's working. You guys can try it. We'll put the link in the thing. There's this really, in itself, it's like a found footage looking video. I don't think it's intending to be scary. It's just the way they took videos of a woman consulting a fortune teller about her son's tuberculosis or sickness and what to do. Again, we're not going to play it right now. We'll put in the link. You can watch it. Because I'm giving it this context, it's going to seem creepy, but you watch this thing, and I already showed it to the guys beforehand, and essentially the solution that the fortune teller says is give them duck.
Yeah.
And
rice,
duck
glutinous
is
rice cake.
Yes, it's glutinous rice cake, which is basically
delicious.
like mochi.
Yeah, mochi. Exactly.
For those who know the more popular, I guess, Japanese version, is give them mochi or duck, and wash them in salt water, and give them like a teacup. She says is really interesting. The video got into specifics about what size a container. A teacup of water washed rice. So you know, like the murky, cloudy water you get from.
Yeah.
So that was the and that will drive the evil spirit away.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
You don't seem convinced. You don't seem like, are you gonna try that tonight when the children of the corn come?
My children are definitely not starving. First of all,
No, it's for you to avoid the evil spirits that may come.
yeah. It's I think it's sad. I do believe that in spiritual things, but I do believe that a lot of what people believe is out of desperation. And in that video, it's a little spooky, just because it reminds me of the Blair Witch Project, really.
Sure.
Because it's like at a weird angle, basically.
It's of the floor.
Yeah,
All you see is the floor, and then you see
right.
like a foot.
Yeah, exactly. So
For
you're just
half
listening
the
to the
film.
audio.
Yeah.
But I just sense a lot of desperation in that video.
Yeah, it's frightening for different reasons.
Yeah.
But it is interesting, again, for the purpose of this episode, it's interesting to see the almost like the, not the lore, but how they address it, and that, and I guess any society that would do this again is like, there you go to somebody, an expert, right? Ghost hunter, whatever medium, whatever you want to say, or priest for some people, that you look for solutions, and oftentimes these stories, and even I'm sure going back to Bloody Mary, like it comes from something like this, a fear of some death or something. I think there's a history.
Ring around the rosy. It comes from
that's
the
right.
bubonic plague.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one thing for you. You can do some duck, wash yourself in salt water, take a little sip of rice water.
Okay.
Try that next time you're afraid.
All right.
Here's the second way. Sources reported that during the winter solstice, they eat porridge. It's called winter solstice porridge. Around December. And every year, this porridge is also designed, amongst other things, from celebrating. It's more of it's like red bean, basically. It's red bean. It's called pot duck.
Yeah.
Which is just basically duck again, duck.
Duck, yeah.
The powers of duck. But this is red bean, which is like a sweet filling. And they make this porridge, and many say that this will also give you like repellent from nefarious ghosts.
Interesting.
Or, kind of like the bad luck thing too, at the most generic thing, like you won't have bad luck this year. But some people interpret that as like ghosts will leave you alone if you eat the pat duck every year.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I know, that's one, right? I was saying, you're gonna like it. Just eat that.
So pot is like a red bean, sweet red bean filling that is used, and then they put like chunks of duck throughout it. It's warm, it's sweet, it's delicious. I just wanted to describe that for myself. Really, so good.
Let me just take you out of your own food.
Okay, sorry.
I told you were gonna like it, and you're making fun of me. I knew you were gonna like it. What's interesting about this article is saying a lot of the interpretations of what North Koreans are saying, nefarious ghosts, actually is code for North Korean government agencies leaving them alone, because these were people who were depending on the black market, and at the time, the North Korean government was really cracking down and making lives difficult for the independent marketers or black market operators, and so they took this as code as like keeping the ghosts away or the government away.
Wow,
which is not far off. They are not good.
Yeah,
and they are pesky, haunting, looming things.
And like a lot of, mythologies, the ghosts are very unpredictable with very nefarious motives, like these North Korean goons at times. Yeah, it must seem very much like an evil spirit.
That's something that I thought was interesting and also very sad, is that, again, real life horrors in North Korea.
Yeah.
That evil spirit literally is embodied in somebody. This is not like a possession of a demon, but it could like seem like that to someone of like, why are they so evil? Like, why are they so oppressive? Why do they want to kill us? Why do they want to torture us and like make us afraid of them so much that like they look at them as, like, I'm sure that's a gross exaggeration on my part, but I wouldn't be surprised if they felt that way, similarly.
Right.
That, the forces of the government is this like evil, oppressive spirit.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder if the government songs, if you have backwards masking on like the song, those North Korean, like 반갑습니다.
Hey, drop one of those tracks for us, Jay. Let's just listen to it forward and let's see if we can pick up on something here.
Play that back, man. Play that backwards.
Can you play this backwards, Jay? Do we have that technology?
No, we can't do it.
We don't have technology. We still can't do it. Even today. You're right. We can't do it. We have digital technology. We can't play that backwards.
Still can't do it.
Jay's going to figure it out eventually.
When will we get the technology to do this?
That was a sad, somber song, though, Jay, that you picked there.
That's all I got. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
You play that backwards, man.
So, Dan, there's two things for you right there. Duck and duck. Red duck and regular duck. Washing yourself, salt water. You should try those things this season. Let's talk about, though. Okay, I know that's the North Korean connection here, right? Yeah. Like that's what's sad and also interesting. What they lean to. It's
really interesting, yeah.
With the remedies, and I guess if you don't have options to other things, I thought there was going to be something like, I don't know, ginger root or some kind of medicinal thing, because often there's like a medicinal or like a witch doctor kind of remedy, for something like that. For
the holiday Chuseok, which we talked about in our Dugun Bodhicha episode that you will have heard by now, a central food to celebrate your deceased ancestors is duck as well. Songpyeon.
Duck is the answer to all things. That's the lesson here. If you want to fix things, you want to celebrate something, eat some duck.
It's so good.
We have some in our freezer right now.
It's one of my favorite foods ever.
Really?
I dream of it.
What's your favorite version of it?
I like the rainbow.
The bready one? Not bready, but like, crumbly one?
Yeah. Rainbow. And then I also like the songpyeon, the greasy one.
I like the one with the oil. The oil
filling.
Inside. That one's the good one.
The figgy filling.
Yes.
Oh.
What about you, Jay? You like duck?
I love duck cook.
Okay.
Duck soup.
Not the same.
I love tteokbokki.
But what about regular duck?
Yeah, those two are exactly the ones that I like too, that you guys just mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rainbow.
All right. Go out and have some duck this week, everyone. But while we talk about that, eat your duck while we go over, just, again, we want to end on some fun Halloween Korean lore. I wanted to go through some things that I found that were interesting that are similar to like Bloody Mary in American culture, right? So, superstitions, or like just, I don't know, I guess it's a superstition, right? The Bloody Mary thing.
Yeah, definitely.
What else is there in American, like urban legend? I guess there's a lot, but I never really thought about the American ones. Or I think we have so many movies that I just associate movies with that. But
they've always made
I know
a
there's a
movie
lot.
out
Like
of
there's
all
literally a
of
movie called Urban Legends.
them. Yeah.
Or Final Destination is
Final
also one
Destination,
about
right.
death. Anyway, let's talk about the Korean one. So this is, I thought, pretty cool. This is more of a thing, like don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Whistling at night.
Yeah, my mom has told me that.
I want to hear your guys' versions of this because I read a few. You don't have one, Jay? What was your mom's version of this?
Like inviting bad energy or spirit into your house or something. Right?
Yes, but at night, specifically at night,
Yeah.
we'll summon spirits. Our grandma is actually my partner's grandma. She used to say whistling in general will attract snakes. But it was not specifically at night, just will attract snakes.
Huh.
And that was her fear. She would always yell at us for whistling, night or day. But I guess that's viewed as something evil too. Snakes are not nice.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that's one. Whistling at night.
Okay.
Red ink pen. Do you know about this one?
No.
Red ink pen? No? So if you write someone's name in red ink, it is said that that'll bring them bad luck or even death. Like the popular anime Death Note.
Okay.
You write their name down, something bad is going to happen to them. In red ink, though.
Okay.
Stay away from the red ink. Or anyone who writes your name in red ink.
All right.
Here's another red. The red mask.
Huh.
I think this is like a COVID one. Which sounds ridiculous. But maybe SARS. Maybe something more that came out earlier or something. This is... okay, there's several versions, but I'm going to read this version. It says, a man gets on a train at night. He is joined in the car by a woman wearing a red surgical mask. There it is. He can't help but look. The bright red fabric of the mask is eye-catching. The woman notices and turns and asks, am I pretty? Such a Korean thing to ask. Am I pretty? Yeah. The man answers yes without thinking. Suddenly, she rips off her mask to reveal a gruesome sight. Scary. Sorry, kids. That's a scary one. That sounds so Korean, though.
It sounds very Korean, yeah.
The mask, specifically a red surgical mask.
Sounds like Joker from The Dark Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
yes
Why
yes.
so serious, right? That's
Yeah.
she stole that. Red lady stole that.
Yeah.
Except she's just saying, am I pretty?
Yeah.
All right, last one. This one's interesting. Sesame bath. This one reminds me
Changiram?
of like sesame, yes.
Or the seeds?
Sesame,
or
the seeds,
okay.
sorry. This reminds me of like, you guys remember Scary Stories and like those books?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh, yeah.
So like, this will remind you of one that I'm wondering if it triggers you as well as it did me. There was a girl who was obsessed with increasing her beauty, willing to try out any remedy to improve her skin and body. One day she reads that sesame seeds will soften her skin and close her pores. So she decides to prepare a bath filled with tiny black seeds. After several hours, her mother gets worried and barges in. Just at this moment, the girl's voice panics as the mother sees into her horror that the girl's desperately picking out seeds from her skin. So basically, she's like, all her pores are filled with these black seeds. Ugh. That's like one of those like.
It's more like gross than.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why this horror is the gross thing.
Yeah.
It's like the spider laying the eggs in your face while you sleep or whatever. And they're like, but then this late girl has like black dots all over her.
Another Korean superstition is with the number 4.
Yes.
It's like in buildings, you won't see a 13th floor because it's bad luck. You won't in Korean, and I believe most East Asian countries, you won't see a 4th floor because it has something to do with death.
You know what? There is actually many numbers, as I was looking this up, that have fear in many different cultures. So we just got to avoid numbers altogether.
Don't
4,
do math.
9, 13, 17, 39, 43,
39.
666.
Yeah, 666.
So those are all the numbers to avoid this season.
Yeah. It's another one. My mom yelled at me for giving her a knife. It's bad luck.
Like handing it to her or gifting it?
Yeah, gifting her a knife, and she's like, then she gave me $1 for it because it's not that I gave her a knife. So she gave me we got her a nice knife.
Did you manipulate that? Take advantage of that later? Just keep giving her knives for money. Hi, Mom. I just got this wonderful knife set.
Yeah.
There's 100 knives in here, so you better give me some money for those.
Yeah. I'm a
bad son.
Cutco salesman. Remember Cutco? Yeah, I mean, it's a very superstitious society culture. Korean culture is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
we got a lot of weird ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I've never heard that sesame seed bath one. That's really
weird.
And I didn't know. I thought sesame seeds were white. I guess there's white and black ones.
Yeah, I guess so.
But it is gross when I think about it. Like, gives me like the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, it does,
like,
yeah.
But that would be terrifying if you saw someone
with their
sesame
pores
seed
filled
person
with black sesame seeds.
Yes.
Yeah. Ugh.
They have to have big pores.
Well, that's the whole point. The pores open up because of the seeds.
Oh, I see.
You turn into a big pored person. It's every Korean person's worst nightmare. Bad skincare. Poor skincare. Oh, that's how you get the heart of Koreans. Attack the skincare.
The skincare
You're
industry.
never safe.
Yeah.
Which of these are you going to tell your children tonight?
Yeah, the skincare, the sesame one is definitely the safest. My boys are easily scared.
They are? They're like Dad?
Yeah. It's an inherited
They're not
gene.
watching Children of the Corn tonight?
No way. I'm not watching that.
But Stella's okay?
I mean, I've never purposely told her like a scary story, but she seems like a lot more tolerant to stuff like that now. She's 14, so big girl.
But okay, so you see the generational difference. Do they enjoy in being scared? And I know the boys don't, but like, some people just enjoy it even for the sake of enjoying it. Like in this group I went to this haunted house with, there were some terrified folk, but then they enjoyed it.
No, for my daughter Stella, I don't know if she particularly enjoys it. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'll have to test that out. But she doesn't seem like, like.
Sorry, Stella. You got some scary things coming your way.
My boys, they're scared when like a movie's too intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to have anything to do with horror.
We were just a messed up generation. We were allowed to see and do way too many things.
You know what movie we recently allowed them to watch?
What?
That they really enjoyed was Rear Window by Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay.
We're
know
big
the movie,
fans
but I
of
never watched
Hitchcock.
it. Hitchcock is
we
very
saw
terrifying.
The Birds
It's terrifying.
together, yeah. My dog's snoring.
Was that snoring? I
Yeah.
thought that was a motorcycle that just drove by.
She's snoring. Okay. Anyway, so they were able to watch that fine. It's about a murder.
Okay.
So
I mean,
don't know.
that's scary for young people.
Yeah, and they were able. Even Andy, he really enjoyed that movie.
Okay. Well,
I
maybe
don't
you
know.
should try out some of these things. Test their limits tonight. Figure it out. Meanwhile, Jay's going to go to the bathroom after we leave here, and he's going to do some Bloody Mary.
No, I'm not.
It's
I'm
part.
not gonna
It's
do
part of. It's part of his job. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
Get some duck. The mission of Crossing Borders is to show the compassion of Christ to North Korean refugees and their children. If you want to give, get involved, or just learn more, check out our website at crossingbordersnk.org.